Hello, Mr. Price here, and this is your Unit 1 PLT video on multiplying and dividing with tens, hundreds, thousands, and rounding. Any questions that you get wrong, don't forget to do a full learning response based on the notes that I do on this video. We're going to go straight into question 1, which was 32 multiplied by 100. Now, for the benefit of doing these questions, I've made a place value table here, and I'm going to start off by writing my number down, 32. So 3 tens and 2 units. As I'm multiplying by 100, all my numbers are going to go 2 places. So my 3 is going to move 2 places to the thousands column. My 2 is going to move 2 places to the hundreds column. And then I just put in some placeholder zeros so it reads as 3,200 and not 32 again. So that is my answer, 3,200. Okay, for question 2, I want to do 5,200 divided by 10. So my first thing I'm going to do is write down 5,200 on my place value table. 5,200. Okay, and this time I am dividing by 10. So now all my digits are going to move 1 place to the right. So my 5 is going to go in the hundreds column, and my 2 is going to go to the tens column, and I need a placeholder 0 to make it read as 520. So that is my answer, 520. Okay, for question 3, this time I'm going to multiply a number by 100 to make it 990,000. So I'm going to put my answer in first. So I've got 0 units, 0 tens, 0 hundreds, 9 thousands, and 9 tens of thousands. So this time I've got my answer. So after something's multiplied by 100, it's going to give me this as an answer. So I know that before my original number moved 2 places. So I'm now going to work backwards and move them back 2 places. So the 9 is now going to have moved to here. Okay, 2 places. That 9 will move 2 places to here, and then a placeholder 0. Okay, so that's working backwards. And I can just check my answer. So 990 multiplied by 100, all the places will move 2. So I end up with my question. So my original number was 990. Okay, so this time I've got a question and an answer, but I don't know what it's been multiplied by. So I started off with 4,810. 4,810. And my answer is, let's see, that's going to be 4,810,000. So I'm going to put that number in. So 0 units, 0 tens, 0 hundreds, 0 thousands, 1 10,000, 800,000, and 4 million. So now I'm going to check how many columns has my number moved. So the 4 has moved 1, 2, 3. The 8 has moved 1, 2, 3. The 1 has moved 1, 2, 3. So they've all moved 3 places. So that means it's been multiplied by 1,000. Okay, because you've got the 3 zeros there. That says it's moved 3 columns along. So that's my answer. Multiply by 1,000. Okay, and finally for question 5, exactly the same thing. I've got a number divided by something giving me this number. So I'm going to put my first number in my place valued grid, which was no units, 110, no hundreds, 1,000, and 3 10,000s. And once something's done to it, I end up with 1 unit, no tens, 100, and 3 thousands. So now if I can compare, I see the 3 has moved back one place, the 1 has moved back one place, the 0 has moved back one place, and the 1 has moved back one place. And because it's moved backwards, that means I'm dividing, not multiplying. And it's moved one place, so it'll be divided by 10. So that is my answer, divided by 10. And that is section 1, fully completed. Now let's have a look at section 2, which is rounding. So, for the benefit of these ones, I'm going to use a number line to help me. So I want to round 3,106 to the nearest 10. So I'm going to look at my tens column, and it's either going to round down to no tens, it's close to no tens, or it's going to round up to 110. So it's either going to be 3100 or 3110. If I look halfway between these numbers, halfway between both of these is 3105. If I look at my number, I've got 3106, 3106. That's going to be to the right of the halfway point. So it's closer to 3110 than it is to 3100. So it's approximately equal to 3110. Let's use a number line for this one. So looking at the tens column, because I'm rounding to the nearest 10, it's either going to round down to 110 or it's going to round up to 2 tens. So my smallest value it could be is 2,900, or it could round up, 2,910, so it has 110, or it's going to round up to 2 tens. Halfway between these numbers is 2,915. I'm exactly on the halfway point. Now, just by convention, so that means just mathematically, we'd say that we always round up if it's exactly halfway. So this is 2,920. Let's look at question C. We're still rounding to the nearest 10, so I'm going to put my number line in. Look at the tens column. It's either going to round down, so it's got 9 tens, or it's going to round up to 10 tens. When I've got 10 tens, that means I can convert that to an extra 100. So this is going to increase by 1. So rounding down, 1, 4, 3, 9 tens, or 1, 4, 4, 0, 0, because those 10 tens become an extra 100. So I've got now 400 instead of 390. Okay. Halfway between this is 14395. I'm at 1394, so that's to the left of my halfway point. It's closer to 14,390. So this is approximately equal to 14,390. Okay, last question, which is rounding to the nearest 10. So I'm either going to have 9 tens, so 9, 9, 9 with 9 tens and no units, or this is going to round up, so I've got 10 tens, which makes 100. I'll now have 10 100s, which makes 1,000. I'll then have 10 thousands, which makes an extra 100,000, and then 10 100,000s makes 1,000,000. So that's going to be that one. So halfway is 999,995. My number is exactly halfway, so it's going to round up to approximately this number here. 1,000,000. Okay. Final part. I'm going to round to the nearest 100 this time. Now, it's exactly the same as we did for part 1, but this time we're going to look at a different column. So, I'm now looking at the hundreds column. I'm either going to round down to 600s, so 2,600, or I'm going to round up to 2,700. Halfway between these numbers is 2,650. I have 2,691. That's clearly to the right of my halfway point. It rounds up to 2,700. Next number. I look at the hundreds column, it either rounds down to no hundreds, or it rounds up to 100. 1/100s, I should say. Halfway between these is 1050. I have 1029. That's to the left of my halfway point. It's closer to 1000. Question C. I'm going to put in my number line. I either want 4 hundreds or 5 hundreds. It's either close to having 4 hundreds or 5 hundreds. So 9,400 or 9,500. Halfway between this is 9,450. We have 9,465. That's to the right of the halfway point. It rounds up to 9,500. Okay, final question for question 2. Look at the hundreds column. That's a 3. So I've either got 3 hundreds or I've got 4 hundreds. Halfway between these two numbers is 12,350. I have 12,345. That's just less than halfway. That's here on the number line, so it rounds down to 12,300. And you may have noticed throughout this video I've been using this squiggly equal sign. That means approximately equal to. Okay, let's finish off by looking at the final part, which is question extension. So I've rounded an amount of students in school to the nearest 1,000, and I get to 42,000. What is the lowest and smallest amount of students in the school? So this is my rounded answer to the nearest 1,000. So I need to think, what numbers would round to this, to the nearest 1,000? So on my number line, I have the number 42,000. So I'm going to put this here in the middle. I need to think, which numbers would make it round up to this amount? So I could have also had 41,000, or I could have had 43,000. Okay. So to think, what's in the middle of both of these numbers? So here, between these two, I have 42,500. And between these two, I have 41,500. If it's dead in the middle of this number here, it's going to round to the number that I want. Anything less will round down to 41,000. So this is my minimum possible value here. So my minimum number of students is 41,500. I now look at the other way. Okay, if it's dead on 42,500, it's going to round up to 43,000. So I want the number just before this, so it rounds down to the number that I wanted. So my maximum possible number it could be is 42,499. Because that's just less than this number here. And that is the extension question finished. If you need any help, come and see me in class. Thank you.